students, we will continue with our diversity in living organisms. Already we started the sub-bit on classification, system of classification. Classification, we have how many kingdoms we said? 5 kingdoms: Monera, Protista, Fungi, Plantae, Animalia. So if you come to the first group or first kingdom, that is Monera. If you look at this Monera, there on page number 59, you can see some characters which are given. Like one-celled organism. That means, see, we are moving from unicellular. See, from simple to complex. As we move from Monera, when we reach Plantae or when we reach Fungi, they are not unicellular, they are multicellular. That means, if we start from the simple unicellular Monera, they are one-celled, they have no membrane-bound nucleus. That means they are primitive nucleus. Primitive, they are not very developed nucleus or nucleus. Then reproduce by splitting into 2. So this Monera, how is the reproduction? One cell divides into 2. Very simple type of reproduction. Binary fission. Binary fission means one cell divides into 2. Absorb nutrients from outside their body. So they get their nutrients from outside the body. And they move with the help of locomotory organs like flagella or cilia. So when we see in Monera, they have some locomotory organs or parts like flagella and cilia which helps in the movement. Some Monerans cause disease, but the others are helpful to people. Example, you can see bacteria. There are some useful bacteria, there are also some harmful bacteria also. Like you have some diseases caused. Like we say common cold, or we say so many other diseases which are bacterial diseases. That is harmful bacteria. But we know one useful bacteria in our kitchen, that is lactic acid bacteria, which are useful. They convert milk into curd. So there are some harmful and useful bacteria. So you can look at the figure 3 there. They have given the diagram. Example, you remember bacteria. There are some other bacteria like cyanobacteria. That is, cyanobacteria is nothing but blue-green bacteria which are phototrophic. That means it can fix the sunlight and prepare the food. So this is very simple group of Monera. You understood the characteristic. Every kingdom, remember their characteristics. Next group is Protista. Now we are going from single cell, we are moving forward. That means from simple we are going to complex. So most are one-celled. Here when you go to Protista, most are one-celled means most of them are unicellular. But some are multicellular. See, here they are only single cell, but as you go to Protista, some are single cell, the other ones are having many cells. Having many cells, when it is single cell, unicellular, when more than one cell, it is multicellular. And here they have cells have membrane around the nucleus. So, some have membrane means the nucleus is membrane bound. Some get nutrients and energy by eating other organisms. So here they depend on others for the food. Some get energy from the sun and nutrients from the water around them. That means some prepare their own foods. Some prepare their own food. While the other Protista depend on others for their food source. They live either solitary or in a colony. So here they are living alone. Solitary means alone, or in a group. Some of the cell organelles are present inside the cell. Most reproduce by splitting into 2. So here reproduction again. Now example, remember, you know amoeba. Now amoeba you can draw in any shape, because you know amoeba has no particular shape. So this, what is this finger-like projection is called as pseudopodia. So this amoeba is an example for Protista. So here one cell divides into 2. For what? reproduction. That means their number increases by 1 into 2. Examples are Paramecium, amoeba, Paramecium, and Euglena. So these are the examples for Protista. The next third group is the group of fungi. During rainy seasons you have seen some umbrella shaped structures like this on the trees, barks of the tree. They are mushrooms. So this mushroom belong to which group? To group or the kingdom of fungi. So here this fungi is not single cellular, they are multicellular. All are multicellular. That means more than one cell. Eukaryotes. Now we are going, see here when we came they were prokaryotes. They are eukaryotic. Eukaryotic means they are having nucleus with membrane. Get nutrients and energy by absorbing. They absorb the nutrients from other source. That means they cannot prepare their own food. When they cannot prepare their own food, what do we call? Heterotroph. They are heterotrophic in nature. Most of this reproduce by spores. Here you saw one cell divides into two. Here reproduction is with the help of the spores. Spores are nothing but the reproductive units. Like you have seen when you keep a piece of bread for a long time in your shelf, what will be growing on that bread? They are called as molds. So they are bread molds. So this mold is nothing but the fungi which reproduce with the help of the spores. You have seen powder-like form. That powder-like form is nothing but spores. Examples, remember yeast. You know yeast. Where is this yeast used? In which industry? In bakeries. Yeast, mushroom. One more is there. Bread molds and lichens. You know what is lichen? Lichen is an association between algae and fungi. Next group, now we are going to complex or simple? Complex. We are going from simplicity to complexity. When we go to complexity, next group there is our plantae. Plantae is a group of plants. There is a diverse variety of plants. We cannot say one plant or two plants. There are X number of plants which needs to be titled there. So plants are diverse in nature. Because if you see a grass plant and you see a neem plant, there is diversity. They are diverse in nature. The way they reproduce is different. Some reproduce with the help of seeds. Some you take some vegetative parts. Sometimes it is root, sometimes it is leaf, vegetative propagation. Some by asexual mode of reproduction. Some by seeds. Seeds means sexual mode of reproduction. So there is a wide variety or range in plants. So for that, remember here in plantae, they are not single cell, they are multicellular. And they are eukaryotic. Now don't forget, when I say eukaryotic, they have membrane bound nucleus. When it was prokaryotic, it was primitive. That means there is no membrane around the nucleus. So here, and when we come to plant, do they have cell wall? No. Plants do not have, plants are with cell wall. When you come to animals, they do not have cell wall. So in plantae you have different examples they have given. One is moss plant. Moss is nothing but some plants which we see when there is some wetty area, marshy area or some water bodies. You can see moss, green color on the walls or floating. So these are nothing but moss plants. So you can see these moss plants. These moss plants reproduce with the structure named spores. Then we have one more example, that is of ferns. Ferns also reproduce with the help of the spores. Fern means it's a plant where this leaf at the back ends they have some dark spots. If you look at page number 61, figure 7, they have shown the diagram of fern. So here you can see that leaf has some brownish structures. That brownish structure is nothing but sporangium. And in this sporangium, the reproductive units, that is spores, are produced. But when you go to figure 8, there is mango. You know mango, king of fruits, your favorite fruit. So that mango, when you eat, where is the seed present? Inside. So this seed helps in propagation. That means when you want a mango tree, what will you do? You will sow the seed. Which seed? Mango seed. So seed helps in propagation. So there are some seed producing plants. There are some plants which do not produce seed because they do not have flowers. That means in plants there are different groups like flowering and non-flowering. So when you go to page 62, they have given a flow chart explaining the plant kingdom. So when I am explaining, have a look at page number 62 where they have explained plant kingdom into two groups. Just now I told flowering and non-flowering. So when I say flowering group, it is phanerogams. Non-flowering is cryptogams. So all this description, that is classification of plantae or plants. Remaining we will do in the next class. Thank you.